Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode Danganronpa.
What am I doing? Playing Russian roulette, obviously.
Sounds like a normal Friday night to
I've
me.
only removed one bullet, so there's only a 1 in 6 chance that I'll survive.
If I only remove one.
You can't! Please stop!
It's not much of a talent, but even I have an ultimate level talent, you know? I'm the ultimate lucky student. But if I can't win when there's only a 1 in 6 chance of success, then what kind of ultimate talent is that? I mean, if my luck gets me killed like this, there's no way you can really call that talent. If I'm truly the ultimate lucky student, I need to survive here. Isn't that right?
Please stop!
Ah, the sound just now. That was the door unlocking, right? Looks like we finally cleared the final dead room. I'm scared of you, Nagito. Really? Oh well, let's go to the octagon. We should be just beyond that door. So this is the octagon, huh? What a distorted room. Congratulations, Nagito. He's here. Congratulations on clearing the final dead room. And you even challenged yourself at the highest difficulty, with only 1/6 chance of success. I have a modest present for someone like you. Now then, this first. This is the Future Foundations file. Did we already get this when we were at the roller coaster? Well, just think of it as an extension of that. Extension? DLC. What are you giving without permission? Let's see, and one more special prize. Here you go. The crest is the Hopespeak Academy's. That's right, this file. It contains your student profiles from your time at Hopespeak Academy, meaning there are profiles that you guys don't even remember. Our time at Hopespeak Academy, huh? But after all this time, I still can't believe it. You mean that matter concerning your stolen school memories? I mean, a no good person like me actually spent time with everyone else at Hopespeak Academy? No, that's impossible. If that's true, how did I feel? Surely, I would have spent my time feeling ashamed of myself for being in the presence of such greatness. Jeez, whether you are upbeat or depressed, I still don't understand you at all. Oh well, anyway, I'm passing this along to you. How you use it is up to you. Thanks, I will take a look at it later. So if I look at these profiles, I will be able to find out what Hajimi's hidden talent is too. He will probably be happy about it. Yeah, someone like me was finally useful. What are you laughing about? Well, I just thought it was ironic. Out of everyone here, someone like you was the one who obtained Hopespeak Academy students' profiles. I'm not sure if you're lucky or unlucky. What does that mean? But looks like things are gonna get interesting. Yes, Nagito, you might be the one who makes things much more interesting. I don't really know what you're talking about. What are you planning? What's written in there?
Why?
Anyway, Monomi.
Hey!
No cheating, you haven't reached the end yet. I mean, you haven't played Russian roulette yet. But Nagito already did it. No. No. Get over here, revenge of the final dead room. Jeez, they're gone. In the end, I still don't understand what Monokuma was talking about, but for now, I will leave this file for later. First, I need to investigate this room. It's not like I know how to get out of here. Axes, swords, hammers, metal wires. There's a lot of items here that could easily be used as a weapon, but I don't see anything that looks like it could be the ultimate weapon. I wonder where that so-called ultimate weapon is. I see, so there are a lot of firearms here too. There are handguns and grenade launchers even, but I don't see anything that looks like it could be the ultimate weapon. I don't know where that so-called ultimate weapon is. A window? Why is there only one window in a place like this? Looks like there's some kind of hidden meaning to it. But in actuality, what could it mean? In my mind, I entertained various possibilities as I walked slowly toward the window, and then the moment I peeked out of that window... Huh? This is... What I actually saw outside that window, it was completely different from any possibility I had in mind. I see, so that's what it is. What I saw outside this window. If I start piecing it together and I think about it, yeah, I see. It seems I'm finally starting to get a larger perspective of the funhouse with this. A refrigerator here. I wasn't expecting to find drinks in it, but when I opened the door and peeked inside, I see there are poisons stored in here. You could secretly kill everyone with poison. In a way, it can be considering the most powerful weapon, but in that case, you would have to ignore the rules. There's a door on the floor. Isn't the first floor of Strawberry House? Could this door lead underground? Based on the sketch, there shouldn't have been a bunker. No, maybe what lies beyond this door. Things are finally getting interesting. Amazing, as expected of a place that cannot be reached unless you clear the final dead room. Thanks to how I arrived here, all the separate pieces seem to have connected together in one fellow swap. A chain reaction culminating in the truth. All thanks to just one clue. I know that now is not the time to enjoy things, but this is definitely a good feeling. Especially that window. That's right, everything became connected from there. Thanks to that window, I realized the mystery of the ultimate weapon in the funhouse. Now, all I have to do is tell everyone else about this. But before I do that, I should finally take a look at the file I received from Monokuma, especially if it's everyone's Hope's students' profiles from that time at Hope's Peak Academy. That's important. I cautiously opened the file and read it carefully. Take care not to miss a single letter. Carefully. Huh? Oh no. Hey! Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hajime. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Well,
It's been about 2 hours since we spoke to Fuyuhiku. I wonder if the elevator's been fixed yet. It would be bad if we are still split up before the class starts, so maybe we should call them one more time. Hey, are you listening? I only brought that up because I'm really worried. Sorry. So what are you gonna do? You're right, I'm worried about them too. Let's try calling Strawberry House one more time. Yeah, that's a great idea, I think. Huh?
Hello there.
Hajime. Hello there, General Konobi. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported, huh? Nagito's sudden appearance. Hey, answer me seriously. How are you able to come to this side? Before I do that, there's something I need to tell you guys. I tried to investigate Strawberry House as much as I could.
Now then.
I will give you those details first. Let's hurry this up. After being abruptly interrupted by Nagito, Chiaki and I learned about the results of this investigation of Strawberry House. Well, I guess these were pretty important, especially the fact that everyone in Strawberry House heard that rumbling noise too. But what was that about the wall clock's alarm going off before that happened? Also, the fact that Strawberry Hall's button was broken is definitely worth noting.
Hey.
Also, there's one more thing I need to tell you guys. I've cleared the final dead room. Huh? You did the life-threatening game?
Wow.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended up with some Russian roulette. It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it toward you and pull the trigger. So you really did it. That's how you're supposed to play it, so it would have been fine. I would only use one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monami said.
Actually,
I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder, so that's what I did. You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving, but I'm still alive. After all, the only good thing about me is how lucky I am. What's wrong with that? I knew he was strange from the start, but for him to casually do something so suicidal, he's great, that's all there is to it. Anyway, because I was able to clear the final dead room, I was able to obtain several rights. One of those rights was the freedom to move between Grape House and Strawberry House. Not only that, but whenever I move back and forth, I don't even need to play the game again. Where would you even be able to do that and how? Hajime,
You stay quiet.
you've been repeating yourself over and over and it's bugging me. Can you let me speak freely for a change? Huh? Anyway, I'm definitely lucky. Thanks to that, I was able to clear the roulette at the highest difficulty and obtained a quite amazing prize as my reward. Is that the Future Foundation file?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the file we received at the roller coaster. Continuation. There's even more detailed information about the Killing School Life. That was in the earlier file. The Killing School Life. You mean the killings that took place at Hopspeak Academy, right? As I recall, Byakuya was one of the students who participated in it. But even when we learn more about the Killing School Life, it has not relevance to us whatsoever. There was information about the order of the killings and who the killer was for each incident. I find it extremely boring to read about the deaths of people that I don't even know.
Right.
Besides Byakuya, of course. Then it's just as I thought, Byakuya was the Byakuya we knew, right? However, I can't say the information was completely useless. In truth, there are similarities between Killing School Life and this Killing School trip. Similarities. For example, the first murder involved someone important getting stabbed to death in an unexpected place.
Hey,
The second murder revealed the presence of a serial killer among the group. And the third murder was actually two killings that happened in succession.
hey.
What do you think about these strange similarities? It's definitely strange. I can't think of these as coincidences, especially if Monokuma is behind the motives and driving the murders. What are you trying to say? By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School Life was apparently ruled as suicide. Whatever that means, something or not, is something each person should think about on their own. I just wanted to tell you guys the truth. The truth? Are you sure you're not just trying to confuse us? Your complaints just never end, do they? If you're gonna talk like that, I won't want to tell you anymore. And I even learned what your talent is too.
Well,
That file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal.
yep.
Indeed, it's the Hopspeak Academy school priest.
Perhaps.
Does that have information about our stolen memories?
How unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Just mine?
Why?
Isn't that weird? Why only Hajime's information? It's quite troubling that you would ask me that. I must say, I was always interested that Hajime was the only one who couldn't remember his talent. But that ends now. Are you serious? Did you really find out why I was chosen by Hopspeak Academy? In a way, it's just as Shiaki said, Hajime's existence is special because you were just some reserve course student from the reserve department. Huh?
Well,
Unlike the primary department for main course students who possesses ultimate talents, the reserve department is for the reserve course students who enter the school through a basic entrance exam. Essentially, you are like a substitute for the second string. Well, even then, that's just in name only. The reserve department pretty much only exists to increase Hopspeak Academy's revenue stream. Oh. Substitute? Second string? Revenue stream? What is he saying? Like I said, to be a reserve course student, you don't need to possess an ultimate talent. You just have to pay a rather costly entrance fee and tuition. With the funds obtained from these exams, the academy can focus on bolstering and researching talent. Through this, the symbols of hope can be raised,
Isn't that right?
which means you're just a stepladder. But you should feel honored. An average, talentless human can be put to good use for those who are known as mankind's hope. What the hell does that mean? Perhaps you simply weren't determined enough. Did you admire hope? Were you willing to sacrifice your body and soul to attend Hope's Peak Academy? Or maybe you were just obsessed with Hope's Peak Academy like a fangirl hollowing in the latest trend. It's not like that.
Stop it.
Wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possesses amazing talents and strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't.
There's no mistake.
It has nothing to do with the effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope.
You don't even know?
That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who had never had a talent to begin with. And nobody who forgot who he was a nobody, that's all. Then I'm just... That's right. You were never an ultimate. You had no talent whatsoever. I don't have any talent. I'm just an ordinary high school student. Oh, I feel sorry for you. Are you shocked to learn that you were the only one who didn't have a talent?
That's not it.
But still, if you think about it positively, it looks like there's no more reason to doubt you. Now that we know you are a normal, average, utterly unremarkable high school student, there's no way you could be associated with your future foundation. But if it's not Hajime, then who in the world could be the traitor? The survivor of the previous killing school life, Byakuya would have been the most likely candidate, but now that's probably impossible.
Hey,
Hey, are you listening?
Hold it.
There's no need for you to listen to this.
what?
Huh?
Well,
It may be important to talk about who the traitor is, but we need to focus on Mekamaru's murders first. Because if we can't survive the class trial, everyone is going to die together anyway. In that case, would the traitor be among those killed as well? That's something I truly wonder about. Oh well, it's fine. I will just stop for now.
hey,
You said you cleared the final dead room and obtained these files. That means you must have gone to the Octagon, right?
Hey,
Are you curious about the ultimate weapon?
so...
Did you find out what it was? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Is there any reason I should answer that? What the hell? I'm the one who cleared that room, and I'm free to divulge any clues I obtain there as I see fit, right? Are you planning to keep it a secret? Are you planning to side with the killer again? Like I said, I'm not on the killer's side. That hasn't changed since the beginning. How many times must I repeat myself? I just want Hope to shine even brighter. What are you saying doesn't make any sense at all. Just tell us already. Tell us about the ultimate weapon.
jeez.
Jeez, I guess I've no choice, because I can't tell you one little tidbit that the weapon is knowledge. Knowledge about the structure dieses Gebäudes. You're right, I did go a place that seemed to be the Octagon and I found many different weapons there, but I didn't find anything worthy of the name Ultimate Weapon. Don't lie, there's no way that's possible.
Stop it.
Coming from someone with no talent like yourself, that's truly offensive. What did you say?
Oh.
Fine, I understand. Now's not the time for us to be fighting anyway. If you won't tell us, we gotta do it ourselves. Now, shall we go back to investigating Mekamaru's case? We better hurry, the class trial is gonna start soon.
You're right.
You're right, I haven't seen the crime scene. Also, the guys in Strawberry House should be coming over to this side any moment
Bye
now.
now.
Then, while we're at it, I will go on ahead.
Hey,
Hey Hajime, it's okay, I already know. You want me to focus on Ekemaru's case right now, right? It's true that I'm shocked, but now's not the time for me to feel like that. Right now, I can't afford to be the only one who's depressed. I need to survive with everyone else and return home. That's what's most important. Isn't that right?
yep.
Yeah, I'm relieved to hear that. We should get moving then. Yeah, you're right. I should just forget about it now. For now, I need to focus on Nekomaru's case. Well, that's pressing. Tja, du magst mich doch trotzdem noch, ne? Weißt du, eigentlich bin ich der Ultimate Lover. I've returned from the depths of hell. Gundam.
Yo,
Yo, sorry we are late. Just so you all know, it's all thanks to me. I'm the one who fixed the elevator. See, it's just as I said, right? Hey, are you listening to me? I'm trying to stand out here. More importantly, Katsuichi, did you look into that matter I asked about you? Oh, that thing about the compass. I looked into it while I was coming here, but I think this compass might be broken.
Stay quiet.
I didn't ask for your opinion, just tell me the results. Well, the compass needle rotated 130 degrees while we were riding the elevator. The needle rotated 80 degrees, I see. Just as I thought. Huh? What do you mean by that? Well, obviously the elevator most likely rotated 180 degrees. The elevator rotated. Now then, I should go investigate Nekomaru's body. As if we are thumbing his nose at us, Nagito began making his way toward Grape Tower. What the hell is wrong with him? Doesn't he seem pissed off or something? What do you know? How much do you know? Oh, wegen Selbstmord, hier ist auch die Statue von Sakura.
Hey, hey.
I guess Nagito is like a tardy detective. What are you talking about?
See?
As a trope in mysterious games, they always come to the crime scene late, just to make an important discovery, but they can never reach the truth of the case. They just end up feeding the main character's assumptions. Well, in Nagito's case, he's not the type to feed anyone, he would just make things even more complicated. That's true. He's such a troublesome person. But lately I feel like he's been acting weirder than usual. I don't think any discovery is bad though. He might be able to find something we completely overlooked.
You serious?
Nekomaru, are you serious?
Damn it.
Damn it. Don't know who did this, but this is pretty fucked up.
Hey,
Now's not the time to get sentimental. Come on, we need to hurry up and investigate. But we have already investigated everything we can here. No, you haven't. There's still something you should be able to investigate more thoroughly. Now that Mikan is no longer with us, we can't perform an autopsy. But Katsuichi should be able to disassemble the body, right?
It cannot be.
Is that true? You're going to disassemble Nekomaru's body?
Forgive me.
Don't screw with me. Hasn't Coach Nekomaru been through enough already?
you don't know?
Been through enough? We need to perform this investigation so we can find out who the killer is. Or perhaps you don't want to know, Akane. Maybe you don't care about what happened to Nekomaru.
Damn it.
You stay quiet.
If you suck at using your brain and you really want to know who the killer is, try not to interfere so much.
Jeez.
Come on, Katsuichi. What are you standing there for? Damn it, fine. I just have to do it, right? I know I said I wanted to see his insides, but not like this. This is just too much.
No.
Come on, are you guys feeling okay too? Now's not the time to be starting into space. Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you. Though he was just treating me differently ever since he found out I have no talent, but it seems like that's not entirely the case. His attitude toward everyone else is strange now too. But why? Now's the
Damn it.
We have come so far, there's no way I can get sentimental at this point like this. I feel awful for Nekomaru, but this is necessary if we're gonna find out the truth behind this case. As he forced out his voice through his clenched teeth, Katsuichi faced Nekomaru, his eyes full of determination, and began stabbing his tool knife into Nekomaru's body. Where did you get that tool knife? Nagito gave it to me. He said he had it ready before we even went to the amusement park. So Nagito did that too. It's like Nagito has a full control of the situation. Looks like the damage to his head is the reason. Huh? The reason Nekomaru died, I mean, stopped functioning. His torso is covered in huge dents and his parts are dislocated. Maybe a gear shaft broke too. Well, for now I tried assembling Nekomaru's chest. That should help us learn something, right? If that's the case, I need to look at Nekomaru's body one more time. Okay. Apparently Katsuchi is finished assembling Nekomaru's body. I should probably check it out one more time. Die Zeit ist wichtig. Nekomaru's chest panel is open. The clock inside is completely exposed. The hands of the clock look like they are pointing to 7:30. Also, it looks like the clock alarm was set for 7:30 AM, which means this clock broke the moment the alarm started ringing at 7:30. But 7:30 AM is strange, right? I mean, we should have arrived at Grape Tower just before 7:30. Just before 7 for Monokuma Taichi. Is this clock malfunctioning? No, wait. This is a highly efficient radio clock. Radio clock. It's a type of clock that receives radio signals so it can automatically update the time at fixed intervals. So, simply put, an extremely accurate clock. That's right, it's a clock that will never slow down. It's even designed so that it cannot be adjusted. I've become a Time Lord. Well, even if it's an accurate clock, they didn't need to install it inside your body. What are you saying? I don't need to wear a wristwatch ever again. There's nothing more useful than this. An accurate radio clock that never slows down. If that's the case, why does this broken clock say 7:30? What's wrong with him? He's crouching over Nekomaru's brother and it's almost seems like he's glaring at him. Jeez, this is the worst. Huh?
Jeez.
You guys overlooked an important clue. I swear you are just the worst. As I thought, there's no way I can leave this to you guys. What are you talking about? I found his under a fragment of the pillar that tipped over. Is this a doorknob?
You don't even know?
Looks like the screws came out with it. That wouldn't happen unless you applied a ton of force to it. Plus, it looks like there are scratches near the base of the doorknob.
Hey,
Don't you think it's strange?
see?
If we examine the far back door in Grape Tower, the doorknob is still intact, right? Now that you mention it, you're right.
Now then.
If that's the case, where did this doorknob come from? It's not the door that leads to Strawberry Hall, then there's only one other possibility. It would have to be the door connected to Grape Hall that we entered from, right? Well, it makes sense to think about that like that. We should try it out. Try it out how?
No.
We take the elevator to Strawberry House and we enter Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall. That's the only way we can see the other side of the door, right? But the button to open the door in Strawberry Hall is broken, right?
It's obvious.
We can just repair it. After all, we have the ultimate mechanic on our side. Well, you're right, but I need parts to repair the door in Strawberry Hall. I can repair it if it's broken, but if I don't have enough parts, there's not much I can do about it. But you have plenty of parts right here.
See?
Just use Nekomaru. I'm sure if you dig through his body, you can find some parts that you can use. Hold on, are you saying we should use parts from our dead friend? It's called recycling. It's much better alternative than disposing it with the rest of the junk, right?
Hey,
Well, Katsuchi, is it possible or impossible? Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door?
Huh?
Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all, huh? I don't need to worry? What does that mean?
Now then.
Katsuichi, we should go over to Strawberry Hall so you can repair the door. Hey, I'm not finished. Hajime, you're going to come later too, right? It would be really bothersome if you didn't. I mean, if there's someone in the tower, the door won't open at all.
Right?
So you should at least make sure you're not pulling my legs. After seriously saying that, Nagito left the area. Broken doorknob.
Huh?
What the hell happened to him? He seems on edge about something. Who knows?
Damn right.
That reminds me, Nagito asked Katsuichi to do some weird for him, right? It had something to do with how the elevator spins 180 degrees. I wonder what it could mean.
Hey.
Actually, to tell you the truth, Nagito asked me to do something weird too. He told me to investigate all the clocks inside both buildings. The clocks? So I did what he said and checked them all, but none of the clocks had their times messed up.
Jeez.
But why did he ask me to do that in the first place? I don't get that at all. For now, why don't we head over to Strawberry Tower too? Along with the donut matter, there are still many mysteries surrounding this that we don't understand. If you go to Strawberry Tower, we might be able to solve some of those mysteries, maybe. Looks like that's all we can do. Let's head over. You're right. What Nagito said about the door opening, what is he planning to do about the chain? Looks like it won't come off easily. So, does Nagito have a plan or something? Jeez, I don't understand this at all. Kann man das nicht irgendwie... nachgucken? Ich will eigentlich wissen... Ach so. Ja, aber kann ich nicht... Wie öffnet sich denn die Tür? Öffnet sie sich... Hä? Okay, das mit dem...
What's up?
Hey, you're here.
Hey,
Katsuichi, how did the repairs go? Yeah, well, the damage wasn't too bad once I got the part, so I was able to fix it right away.
Hey,
Well,
now
ja, okay, das ist klar. What will happen if you press this button on the Strawberry Hole door?
so.
But there's no way it will open. You haven't done anything about the chain. Wir müssen vielleicht die...
Hey,
The door to Strawberry Hall behind Nekomaru's body was blocked off by that chain, remember? If you didn't do anything about that, it doesn't even matter if you fix the butt on the other side. Well, we will know if you try it out. It's not even worth trying it out. Now, we all have come this far. If you're saying we should try it out, then we should give it a shot. That would be great. Irgendwas stimmt hier doch nicht. Wie kann der Aufzug 180 Grad fahren, wenn er eigentlich auf der anderen Seite ist? There's no way this door will open when the other side is chained up. With a feeling of resignation, I press the button. Ah, so öffnet die sich. Huh?
hey, hey.
Why did it open?
Impossible.
Where did the chain go?
did.
Hold on a second, that's not the only thing that's strange. That's right, there's one other way to say it. This definitely looks weird. What do you mean, huh?
Hey,
Hey, doesn't this all look the same as when we were in the Grape Tower? Yeah, you're right. When we were inside Grape Tower, Nekomaru's body was in front of the back door. Which means his body should be in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. So if we entered from Strawberry Hall, his body should be right in front of the door as we walk in. Why isn't it like that? Why is Nekomaru's body in front of the door to Grape Hall?
Hey, hey.
Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too. The body isn't the only thing that moved. Even the tipped over pillar and the spilled oil, they all have moved the exact same way. The crime scene looks identical to how we saw it when we entered from Grape Green Tower, Grape Green Ding da. Everything that was at the crime scene inside Grape Tower shifted to the opposite side. As if it rotated 130 degrees, right? I can't imagine that the floor actually rotated 100 degrees, but is that really what this means? No, it's more than that. I feel like there's an even greater mystery here. The mystery is so great that it could drastically affect the outcome of the case. We might have to rethink this. We might need to fundamentally rethink how we've been approaching this case. Yes! Und ich glaube, ich weiß, was es ist. Das sind nicht die gleichen Türen. Es gibt 4 Türen. Der Aufzug dreht sich um 180 Grad. Wenn die andere Tür geöffnet wird, schiebt sich der Boden woanders hin. Der Boden wird woanders hingebracht. Der Tower bewegt sich. Nein, das kann nicht sein, sonst hätte sich die Tür nicht geöffnet. Der Boden wird woanders hingebracht. Der Boden wird woanders hingebracht.
I see.
The chain disappeared. This strange feeling I felt when I went back and forth between the 2 towers. Yep, just as I thought. It was definitely the right choice to confirm this. Just as I thought? Then you already knew about this mystery. You have a bad habit of relying on others when you don't understand. Why don't you try investigating first? That door at the far back with a picture of a grape on it. Maybe there's a clue hidden in there. There's a clue on that door? It's the door with a picture of grapes on it. Wait, huh? One of the doorknobs is gone. It's like the screws came out of with it.
Now then.
It's the same as the doorknob that was on the floor.
See?
See, the screws came out with it, right? And the doorknob next to Nekomaru's bottle came off the door to Grape Wall. Well, that's what it looks like. When you said clue, you were talking about this. But what is it a clue to? Broken Dormer has been updated to your handbook.
What?
Did you get even more confused? No need to worry. Just one clue will change everything, huh? All the mysteries will be solved as if everything were linked together, if you can reach it, just like I did. What does that mean? Even if I ask him then, Nagito probably won't give me an answer, so it would be just be a waste of time.
It appears that it's time for the class trial. To tell you the truth, I'm tired. Extremely tired. I feel like spending the rest of my life hibernating already. Man, I know it's bad, but I'm so sleepy. I just want to ditch. Though I really don't feel like it, I'll show you my serious side when you come to the class trial. Even though it's impossible since it's so annoying, you can count on me to take this seriously.
Looks like it's going to start another class trial.
Hey!
But how are we supposed to get to the trial ground?
Damn it!
You're right, we can't do anything unless we get out of this building. Akane, did something happen?
Hey!
No. Well, do you guys hear something? Hear something?
Hey!
Do you guys hear the... Suddenly, as if cutting off Chiake, our surroundings started to shake and rumble. And then it suddenly appeared before us. Is he telling us to go inside from here? Seems that way. I'm gonna go. Just hold on, Nekomaru. I will make sure I avenge you. Geez, at least be a little cautious, it's obviously a trap. I agree, I detect the skein of danger. Even my film memories are saying don't go inside. How interesting. If you can kill me, you're welcome to try. Try stabbing your sword through my very heart. Now then, we shall get moving as well.
Yep.
It's annoying, but if Miss Sonia's going, there's no way I'm not gonna go. We are the same step ladders, huh? Nagito was suddenly standing next to me with his eyes locked onto Monokuma Rock. Other than that smell movement of his mouth, he was perfectly still. You and I, just step ladders. For everyone who holds the title of Ultimates, I always believed that I didn't mind. Unlike you, I know my place. What are you saying? That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time, and from that true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope. But it wasn't. There's no hope amidst all this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people? What? Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't really hope? But you are wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope. After all, that's what it means to live, right? There's no way I'm going to accept that. Well, it's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway. There's this one novel I like. It's particular mystery story novel. The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery, but when you go to the end, surprise surprise, the girl was actually the killer. Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader, and this projection turns out to be the killer, which means the killer you are looking for the whole time was inside you all along. How do you feel about novels like that? What the heck you're talking about? You're just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book that I've never read before. Such a normal answer. Should have expected that from a talentless reserve course student like you. But I know that you don't matter at all, so why do I care about you? You admire hope. I love hope.
Right?
In some ways we are similar, but maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Another ready. I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone is waiting. Everyone, huh? So you still believe you're just like everyone else? Reserve students are so full of themselves. Nagito's chilling laugh continued as he disappeared into Monokuma Rock. Calm down. That's right, I need to calm down. And took several deep breaths, and once my nerves had settled, I stepped into Monokuma Rock. The elevator shocked violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed. When we're in a normal elevator that shakes this bad, it reminds me how efficient that elevator in the funhouse was. That's probably true. The elevator continued to shake and descended deeper and deeper, and suddenly it stopped, like it always does, and the door opened. I understand your desire to applaud this wonderful, vulgar trial ground, but it's too exhausting to discuss useless things, so let's just get on with it already. So sad, my chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad.
Hey, come on.
Don't go talking without permission after I've said my catchphrase.
Now I'm real.
Otherwise I will roll a dice, and based on the result I will give you a sex change operation that many times. What an extreme punishment.
Now then.
Let's get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. And so it begins. I hope this would never happen again. Now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtain to the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager, he was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I would never meet. Surely he was more man than any of us. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because of that, but he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends, I will never, ever forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes. Ich glaube, ich kann das hier nicht so gut beenden. Lol, ich hab welche? Ach so. Weil ich so gut mit Chiaki befreundet bin. The time limit doesn't decrease even if you shoot a statement with a silencer. Ah, cool. Krass. Okay, ich werde mir das so ein paar Gedanken machen. Aber wenn er um 180 Grad dreht, dann gehe ich halt davon aus, dass die Gebäude komplett anders gebaut sind, als man denkt. Und dass diese Plattform sich halt bewegt. Man kommt immer durch die gleiche Tür. Vielleicht werde ich das mal irgendwie aufzeichnen oder so. Und werde dann überlegen, wer der Mörder ist. Ich weiß es ehrlich gesagt noch nicht so ganz. Fuyuhiko ist halt immer noch am verdächtigsten, meiner Meinung nach. Ja, ich werde mal ein bisschen drüber nachdenken. In dieser Meldung, ich ganz herzlich fürs Zusehen. Schreibt mir in die Kommentare, wer ihr denkt, der Mörder ist. Und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Episode. Bis dann. Tschüss.